Brandon, there was obviously a lot of expectations coming into the season as a second overall pick. I'm sure you have expectations for yourself. Could you have envisioned your rookie season going, as, at least just individually, I know team-wise, wasn't exactly what you guys wanted, but individually playing out as well as it did for you?
Yeah, I think individually, I think it was great overall. Couldn't get it, the amount of wins that we needed to have to be in the playoffs. And I think that's one of the things we're looking into more serious into going into the next season.
Brandon, may have had much time for reflection, but what's been the biggest thing that you've learned about the NBA and just day to day during this past year?
One of the things that my older guys, older teammates, and Cliff was telling me is just nothing's going to be easy. And I think that was the mindset of going into every game is just go out there like you're trying to win another ball game, and just nothing's going to be handed to you with ease. So everything that you come out for is just got to be worked for and earned.
Next week, you talked about how big of a leap you took from summer league to now. Can you just talk about how this season has gone for you and getting those rookie of the months and those accolades?
Yeah, I think that was a definitely big step. Just winning rookie of the months. I think all the credit goes to my teammates and my coaches just for believing in me, putting me in the right spaces, and just from the jump, just boosting my confidence to be the young leader that I am, just to lead guys on and off the court. So I think that's the most important part here is just always having that bond with my older guys and Cliff, and just building the bond, making it stronger.
Some of the guys mentioned it. You came in here this year as like a sixth man off the bench kind of player. That was your initial role. But you started a lot of games, played a lot of minutes. I mean, can you explain what it was like to kind of go from that to being like one of the main players this year? How much, I guess, that experience helped you go into next year?
Definitely. I feel like, just having the experience to start games, NBA games, playing against the best, competing at a high level and, just having fun throughout the whole game. I think that's kind of, important for us moving on forward into the next season. Just to have experience under my belt. And, just, having everybody coming back, I think this year kind of injuries kind of played a big part in our, our lineup and our season. I think, everything's going to be great next year, with a lot of experience. And I know Charlotte fans are going to, have fun next season.
And then Grant Williams was in here talking about how players like yourself and Miles are going to challenge Melo this summer to kind of just make sure you guys are a better team, I guess. What about that? How much do you look forward to playing with him a little bit more this year after obviously he's been injured this year?
Well, definitely. I've been in those talks too with Melo, Miles, Grant, Cody Martin, Vasa, everybody. I think, we come together just to, help Melo because we know, his situations, and just I think we're gonna, make that push with him, just to help him, get better, and play as many games as he can next season.
Brandon Nixon was in here talking about.
Got you.
Talking about how we haven't even seen the best from you yet, just by some of the stuff that they see in practice. What's it going to take for us to see you unlock that level in a game next season?
Nah. Like I've said, I think every game, 82 games, you're gonna see me go out there and give it all I got. Just to make all the winning plays, do everything I can just to pull out wins for my team and just help them get better every day.
Brandon, what would you say is one of the biggest things you're going to miss about playing for Coach Cliff next year?
Man, I'm going to definitely miss everything about Cliff. Like I've said, it's my first NBA coach, first professional coach. I feel like he did a great job, just putting his trust into me. And, all I could do is, trust him with what he was doing. And, I know Cliff is going to always have, everybody's back, whether it's on the court or off the court. So that I think that's one of the reasons why, I love Cliff, because, he's all about his players.
I'm sure there's a lot of different matchups that you can point out this season that you probably enjoyed, but what would you say was your favorite?
Paul George. George. No, PG. Like I've been preaching it since summer league. That's the GOAT, my GOAT. My favorite player. I grew up watching him. Just missing that first game against him, it kind of it was cool. And then after a while, it started to get to me. Like I didn't play against him, so I had to see him when he played here. I think he kind of put on a show for us that game. But I think that the end, it was always a happy ending. Did the jersey swap, and that's one of the jerseys I'm definitely going to keep up forever.
When we talked to him post game, you mentioned you guys working out this summer. I mean, how much did that, I guess, invigorate you? How much you say, okay, this is my guy, to learn from him is something I basically have to be able to do as much as possible.
Yeah, like I said, just going into this summer, it's going to be a great summer. Just him working out in my presence. Like I said, my GOAT. I think that's all I can ask for. Just to learn from the best, and just kind of pick up on some traits that he does. Not gonna steal his whole flow. I'll save that for year 3.
Brandon, I think a lot of basketball fans knew what kind of talent you were, but they were pleasantly surprised to see the hunger, the drive, the competitive spirit this year. So having the adversity of not winning, how much does that drive you beginning today to make Charlotte can go win?
Definitely. You go on weeks of losing. It's not a fun thing. So I think that's kind of what we kind of look back to and just kind of motivate ourselves off that, and just going into the next season with the mindset of we got to win every game that we can win every game that everybody say that we can't. So I think we're just gonna go out there and give it all we got and compete at a high level.
Brandon, not just the Paul George aspect, but we hear that the NBA is a family. And in your first season here, how have you kind of been able to see that in real time? And do you look forward to also doing things like the Rico Hines runs and all these things in the offseason that's maybe not just one-on-one working on your game?
Haven't really made the plans of doing any runs this summer. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But what was the first question? Yeah, definitely. I love playing. All the games that we played. It's just not just basketball. I feel like every player out there either has something to prove, and I think that's everybody's gonna give their all every night. Whether it's LeBron or anybody else, and other than this competition of basketball, I think it's all love from everybody. It's never anything personal. It's all business, and it's all fun on and off the court. So we might be enemies on the court and be friends after the game. So I think that's the best part about the NBA.
After the summer, you kind of mentioned, I guess, wanting to get to know the fans around a little bit more, like want to know them and talk to them, embrace them if they come up to you and say hi to you. I guess, has that gone on? If it has, what's it like to kind of have the fans embrace you after not knowing if you were the guy, per se?
I feel like the fans came out to to the games that they supported, all the home games, all the away games. I feel like they did a great job, just showing up, showing that they love Charlotte basketball, wherever it's at in any state. So just excited for the next season and excited for the Charlotte Hornet fans.
Brandon, as the franchise looks for a next head coach, and now that you have a year under your belt, what are the qualities that are most valuable to you in the next head coach that's going to make you successful?
Like I said, one thing about Cliff, he loves his players. I think that's one of the things that, for a coach and a player, I think is the most important thing is the bond. I think the chemistry on and off the court, and I think that's why, Ose was a great coach to me, just because he recruited me early, and the bond got stronger every day.
I know we heard you say several times earlier in the season that the only thing that you need to add to your game is just more weight to your frame. But is there anything else that outside of the weight that maybe that you need to work on this summer?
The weight for sure. Of course, it's definitely parts of the of everybody game that of course they're gonna work on. So I think my focus going into this summer is just building the body weight that I need for next season.
Is there a target weight for that?
210.
Nick Smith was in there. You mentioned just, I guess, your growth, like you talked about, just seeing you go from where you were previously to now. I mean, can you put into perspective just what it's been like for you to go from that path of just this time last year when you were kind of just figuring out the draft process to now to being one of the team's, main players, core guy?
Like you said, during the draft process, I think I was just kind of figuring out, I kind of keep my circle small. So it's just me and my family just trying to go through the process and just figure all this out. But I think, we have a year of experience under our belt. And I think, next season is going to be an even better year.
Brandon, was there a game or a moment this season where it all slowed down for you, where the game was, where you were like, okay, I'm here, I've arrived?
I think all the games kind of were like that. I think my teammates did a great job just boosting my confidence. I think that all comes with confidence. To be able to take, 3-pointers in tough situations. It's not an easy thing. It's a lot of things that come across your mind. And I think my teammates did a great job with just keeping me focused.
Was there a moment where, when you say that, where you were hesitant and someone kind of put their arm around you?
Hesitant? No. That's all they tell me. I think they get more mad if I don't shoot it. So it's kind of, you don't want them mad, so you shoot it.
So if ever never put his arm around you and was like, Brandon, you need to shoot that. They never need that.
Nah, they've never needed that one.
Going back to Nick Smith again, he mentioned in practice there's stuff that you do, plays, moves that you haven't put outside of the games yet in your bag. What about that? Do you feel like maybe you still have more to show people that you haven't even shown this year?
Most definitely. I feel like I have a lot to show that I didn't show. Of course, you're not gonna show everything in all the games. But like I said, next season is gonna be a great season. So, appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one.